Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna discuss this very popular question, that is shortest common supersequence. So in this question, what happens? You are given two strings and you have to find what is the shortest common supersequence. So supersequence is basically uh, if if we take this example, if CAB and ABC are two strings, then its supersequence is CABAC. So so if I remove C, then ABAC, second string is made. And if I remove last AC, then CAB is made. The string one is made. So we have to find a super sequence of it. Super sequence means like both the strings are present, and the super sequence should be a smallest. That is the main criteria. It should be shortest because we can make a super sequence very large. So in this question, you can check this question over here. This is a lead code questions, and I have attached the code in the description. But the main purpose of this video is to kind of understand uh, how this algorithm works, and how do we come to the conclusion. So the first part of the problem is you have to make a you have to remember how do you solve a longest common subsequence question, because that is we would be using that concept in this question. So it is very basically a continuation of the longest common subsequence question. In the longest common subsequence, what we do is we make a DP array, and we try to fill in the values, like what would be the maximum, what is the size of maximum subsequence that we found, that we can find from these two strings. So in this case, what we do, what I just go over that algorithm very quickly. So so let's say if we take it. This is general convention that I take I in this way and j in this direction, and string 1 I would fix it on this side, and string 2 on the j side. So if you mess up with this, then you might face problem while doing it. So so starting with if we don't have a string, and then we have a string with only character a, then how big a subsequence can you make? So it would be a zero length subsequence, because there is no subsequence. So in this, if you have a b a c, big string which has these four characters, and the another string does not have any character, so what would be the common? Nothing. So zero. So that way also this is all zero. But when we start from here, then we see c and a. If it is not equal, then what we do is we check what if a is a is not in the string 1. We basically take the maximum of this part and this part. We take maximum of this part. So why do we take it? We go at this place to kind of remove this c from string 2, and we go this way to kind of remove a from the string 1, and check whichever is the maximum, we take it. Similarly go and similarly we come up with 2 over here. So this would so first time a comes is when we have a and a matching, then we add 0 plus 1 equal to 1, and then uh, all the subsequent would be if a is not equal to b, then it would take the maximum either 1 or 0, uh, and 1 is the maximum, so it would take the 1. Now in this case, a and a are equal, so it would not go for the maximum of these two. It would rather take this from here. So whatever the answer was already there, when we don't have this a on the string 1 as well as on the string 2. So if we don't have that a, then what would have been the answer? So it would be 0. The answer would have been 0. So we would add that 1 into that particular answer. So that is 1. So these 1 are not coming from here or here. So it is directly coming from there, from 0. In this case, a and c are not equal, so 1. Similarly here, at this place we see that there is a number change. So we check b and b's are equal. That's why 1 plus 1. So the condition is like the thinking is B and B are equal. So we have a string A C A B, which has a character C A B basically, and we have A B, and we check whether B and B are equal. So we check what if the B would not have been in the string one as well as in the string two. So the only character the string one would have A, and the characters that string two would have would be C and A. So in that case, what would have been the answer? So we know that there is a one is the answer because A and A, this is coming from A and A being equal. So and then we add one to it, and then subsequently get the answer. So this is the first part of it that is out of the scope. So I just gone over the algorithm. So now the things come. How do we make a super sequence of it? So we know that super sequence, the common part, we have to take only once, and whatever is not common, we take it one time from both the strings, string one and string two. So that is basically the logic. So I have made a basically a very good a diagram to basically understand it. So I would be three. String one size is three. J would be four. String two size is four, and then we'll check. We would put this ij into a while loop. You can check this code over here. So we put in the while loop, we check I is greater than equal to 0, like unless I or j becomes equal to 0 or less than 0. So unless we do it, so we check whether string this b and this c are equal or not. We have entire string here and we have entire string here. So CAB on left side and ABAC on the right side. Now we check whether B is equal to C, whether this B is equal to C. So B is not equal to C. So this is the condition. We check whether 3 minus 1 and 4 minus 1. Why do we do minus 1? Because this 3 and this 4 is the size of the string, and the index of the string is always one less than the size of the string. So that is why when we do it for the string, then we always do it minus 1. So here we check that B and C are not equal. So and we take a string buffer to kind of store whatever comes in the process, and then we finally come with this conclusion, and this is the answer, final answer. So uh, neither B neither C, these are not equal. So which should I take? Which should I take, B or should I take C? So in that case, what we do, we check which one is bigger, 2 is bigger or 1 is bigger. By this condition, we check dp of I minus 1 comma j, and I comma j minus 1. So I minus 1 is basically this one, and j minus 1 is basically this one. So 2 is not less than 1, so it comes to the less condition, and then it do j minus 1. So you see, when we see that it is this two is coming from here, then our execution goes to this place, and we added c. Why we added c into the buffer? Because now my problem statement reduced to only this thing, only this part. This is out of the scope. So that is why we took, the execution would never go to the C part. So that is why we take the C in the buffer. So you see, I take this C into the buffer. Now my execution comes here at this point. Uh, we have a CAB and then ABA, CAB, ABA. So I have made a basically a color notation of it. So this is the execution. This is the execution. Now we check whether B is equal to A. It is not equal to. Then we check whether dp of I minus 1 or j minus 1, which one is, so j minus 1 would be like j minus 1 would be this part, okay, and I minus 1 would be this. So I minus 1 is greater, no, it is not greater, 1 is not greater than 2. So it would go to the else condition, and else condition would do like take the character from the string 2. So this is the string 2, so it would just take a, and now my problem statement would reduce to this part only, this part only. So now the execution goes to this green part, and then so a is added, so a is added, and now execution goes to this part. Here we check whether b is equal to b. Yes, b is equal to b. Then in that case what we do, I is also reduced and j is also reduced. So I if I am here and I is also reduced, j is also, we land here, and then we add b to it. We add only one time b, so now it is there. Now execution is here, and the problem statement is ca, and in this part we have only a here. This is ca and this is only a. Now we check whether a is equal to a, then it is a equal to a, then we added this a, added this a at the starting, and then I minus 1, j minus 1. Now my execution came here. Now this is the place we are at. Then we check, uh, so when we land here, then it would come out of the uh, while loop. Why it would come? Because a string, because like j has come to 0, and we don't tolerate. So now what would happen, so whatever is remaining on either I side or whether it is on the j side, it would just add it, like take it into the buffer. So on the j part every character has been taken or taken into the calculation, but on the I part c was not taken, so it just took the c, and the final answer this comes to here. So these two parts take care of that. Like whatever is remaining, it just take it and reduce it until it is greater than equal to 0, and then we reverse it, and then we set the answer. So this is the explanation. Hope you find it useful. Thanks.